Hey everyone, welcome to the Bitcoin video today. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2020. I am here to give an update on Bitcoin, and before I get into it, of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm giving my opinion on the market. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. Again, this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. That's the nature of trading. There is not one person that is right all the time. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we've been keeping an eye on this for a while, right? We were talking about the completion of our high here. I think that we're in the middle of a pullback, right? This is going to take a while for it to work itself out. Even though we did go up pretty quick, I think we're going to do a pretty decent pullback. I think it's probably going to take a little while for this to complete too. This could be going on through, kind of closer to the beginning of May. I'm looking at the end of April, the beginning of May for this pullback to actually finally complete. But as part of the pullback, there's waves that go along the way, right? So we have, a nice impulsive move here, a nice quick 5 waves up to complete this A. I think we're going to be on a slow and steady fade away to complete the B before we go in for the C. Our algo target is sitting up here at about 74 to 7,500. We're really looking at this level being where I'm expecting things to complete. Something that we were looking at yesterday, we were looking at basically the finished move up to the top, looking at our retrace targets. We're going to be looking at the 50, which is right here at 68.50. We're going to take a look at the 618, which is sitting down here at about 60, we'll call it 67.50. I bet the golden zone is probably sitting right there at about 67.50. And then the 786, which is sitting down here at about 66.31. So what do I think is going on here? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in and pull into this. I want to take a look at the structure of this move here. Because it's actually pretty clear. It's pretty clear. What we can see here, we see from down here, we saw a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it actually worked out quite nicely. Now we're in the middle of correcting this move, and it likely is going to last longer. The correction of this move is going to take longer than it took for that first move to occur in the first place. We're still getting our resistance here in our channel. I'm keeping this on here because it's still valid. There's no reason to remove it if it's not valid anymore. I do believe that it is valid. We got up as high as 72.45. So let me pull this up just a little bit more. We want to get this as close to possible, as close to perfection as possible here. And I suppose since I've got the lines extended, I could just pin that right there. Okay. So that looks good. Now, I would be willing to bet that we are probably finding resistance here at the 382. Don't really pay attention to that. Actually, we haven't reached that. So let's look at the 236. We'll remove the 382. The 236, we're actually trading below it. We did find a little bit of support and resistance there. But, I'm not really too concerned about that. What I'm more concerned about is pulling back to the 50, pulling back to the 618. Before we see that continuation move to the upside, and I do think it's going to take a while for this to complete. So what we've got going on right now, we have our first pullback. So we had our first initial sell-off here. We had a pullback here, and then I believe we're going to probably come back to about this level right here. The symmetry is not the base. It's not the greatest. Then we're probably going to do a nice move back up here. Okay, then what you're going to end up seeing is you're going to see, oh, well, here's a shoulder, here's a head, so now we're going to be moving back up. I don't think it's going to happen. Then we're going to see a nice move down, find this as resistance, and then we're going to complete this move to go back down here to, potentially 67.50 or so. Maybe it goes a little bit deeper. If this ends up going deeper, if it goes deeper than the 50, then likely we're going to find the resistance here. And then we're going to realize the target down here at the 786, which is going to be at about 66.25. So this is what I think is going to happen, right? I think it's going to take a while for this to work out. I don't think we need to rush this. So we're currently short. The 3 hour did flip short. The hourly it's okay. The 12-hour is still pretty bullish, right? So the 12-hour is still pushing up, which is why I believe that when this is complete, right? So what we're actually completing here, in my opinion, is we're completing an A, a B, a C, but this is just an A, okay? So what we're actually completing is an ABC. Now again, I'm not sure if we're actually going to go that low. It could be that we do see something like this, and we complete this wave. TradingView. Let's try this again. All right, complete this right here. Okay, and again, what we completed up here. Let me pull this down. What we completed here was an A. Okay, what I think we're going to be completing here is a B. And then we need to go up for the C, because our target for the C wave is going to be all the way up here. So again, I think it's going to take a little longer than this. I don't think it's going to finish on April 20th. I think we're probably going to go out here to maybe April 23rd, maybe out a little bit further. So more than likely, this is going to get drug out. Okay, so just be prepared for that. But then I think we're going to be moving up. We're going to move up to probably about 74 to 7,500, and that's going to be the B wave, and then we go down for the C, okay? So we're in the middle of a pretty complex correction, as you can tell, right? I think this is going to look, look very, very long and strung out. We've completed a first wave up here. We're working on the 2, and wave 2 is going to take a while for itself to work itself out. I think buying anywhere below 6,500, at least for the short term, is probably going to be good. If we get down into this range, which I believe that we will, and it'll likely happen within the next 2 weeks, I think that's probably a good time to be buying. Okay, that's probably a good time to be buying. I don't want YouTube to take away my streaming ability, so I'm not going to, I'm not going to get out there and try and make trades for you guys. But looking at this, we're looking at this on a higher degree. I'm going to give this one a slightly different color, because this is on a lower time frame, okay? So we've got basically a 5 wave here to complete the A, and then we've got a 5, 3, and then we're going to see 5 waves up to this B, right? So we have an A, B, C, which is a 5, 3, 5. And again, for the 5, 3, 5, we have the A, we have the B up here, we go down for the C to complete the B in 3 waves. And then we're going to go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this. That's going to complete this set here. Then we're going to go down. We're going to go down to probably the low 6,000s. I do not believe we're going to break 6,000. If we do, great. If we do, that's great, right? So again, currently I'm short. I'm looking to come down here to cover that short at about 67.50, which is also where I'm planning on picking up some spot positions down here when we get down here to 67.50. And I'll be looking to sell those spot positions up here to about 7,400. So be looking for about, a $700 to $800 swing here. I think it's probably going to happen. And we're going to be getting this probably maybe midweek next week. I think this is going to take some time. But then we're going to be looking for that move up over the course of a couple days, work ourselves down. Again, what we've got here, 5, then ABC to complete this 3 wave. And then we're going to be looking for another 5 waves down. Judging by the amount of time it took to complete this A, when we complete this B, when we finally do complete this B, we're going to have a good sense for how long it's going to take for us to complete this C wave. It is very possible that this gets strung out a lot longer, right? A lot longer than what I'm thinking. But I do think that we are probably going to top out here at about 7,400. And again, the whole reason why I think that is because, well, 1, there was a top here. 2, we've got the median of the channel. We're currently trading below the median of the channel, right? So if I go to, say, a 2-hour time frame where we can see this going on for a while here, this channel that we've been in, right? And I apologize, there's just a lot going on here on this chart. Let me see if I can zoom in here and just make it a little easier for us to see this. Okay, so the green line is the median. We trade above the median for a while, then we trade in the bottom for a while. And then when we finally do get back above the median, we go up and we retest the highs, right? So we did that Now we're trading below. We tried to break up and we failed. Then we're trying to break up and we're not making it. So unless we can make it above the median, I don't think we're going to be seeing much more upside, serious upside, because if we do break and hold above this, then now we're talking. Now we're talking about moving up here to, 7,800, maybe even higher than that. The longer it takes, here's 8,000 all the way up here. Are we going to see that? Well, maybe. If we break above this median, I think we can. Until we do that, I think more than likely, we're probably going to come down here and retest these lows down here, right? So we're looking at this coming down to maybe 6,600. Hey, Mark, yes, I'd be more than happy to get you an invite code. Hang out for just a second. I'll get you an invite code for you to join our Discord server. No problem at all. Okay, but again, we've been keeping an eye on this for a while. We've got, our 1, 2, and then up here to the 3, working to the 4, completion of the 5, which could be the wave 1. I'm not a real big fan of the way this looks down here, right? So if something else works itself out, I'll rechange, my model that I've got on here. But right now, this is what I'm looking at, this completion of the 1. And this looks like we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, an expanding diagonal. You can see this right here. Not to put more lines on the chart here. If there's anything bullish, it's this, right? This is the only thing bullish that I'm seeing right now. We've got an expanding diagonal right here, and then we worked ourselves and we're trading above it, okay? If you want to see anything bullish out of this, it's really this trend line right here, which we have broken up above, okay? We had resistance here, we had resistance here, we initially had resistance, and now we just managed to eke our way above it. So if we continue trading above this, well, when we come down here, to the maybe 6,900 level, if we continue trading above this for a while, then I might consider getting out of that short position. But for now, the thing that matters the most is the main channel that we've been paying attention to. We have been paying attention to support and resistance levels. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off of here. I do want to keep the chart as clean as possible. So, and again, if you're watching for the first time, everything that I do in real time. I don't prepare any of this ahead of time. Everything that I'm seeing with you, I'm seeing for the first time, and, unless, of course, I've been looking at it for a couple days. But again, looking for a potential move back down here, back down to about 6,300, 6,400, and then we're going to be able to see a continuation move to the upside. Likely will be a pretty decent move, if I'm being honest. I think it's very possible that we see a pretty decent move to the upside here. So again, just kind of waiting for this to work itself out, taking a spot position here, selling it up here, going short up here, and then looking to cover that short. I have an alert set down here at about at 63, 63.50, right on the other side of that. If we cross that, then I'll probably be getting out of my long position that I've been holding from 6,000. If you're taking a look at the indicators, right? And again, if you're on the Discord, you know that I have this this indicator that I do offer to insured members. The indicator called this bottom perfectly, which is why we bought Ethereum at $151. We covered Ethereum at about 170 to 175. I don't remember exactly where it was, but we covered it over here, right? It was a good swing. We had a sell on Bitcoin right here. This was a good indication for a sell. It was a really good, really good top that was creating. We had both the 1 hour and the 3 hour, both in overbought conditions. So this was a good place to sell. Unfortunately, I kind of front ran it, and I'm, not in an optimal position right now. But nonetheless, I do think that we've got, a little bit more downside here that is to be had. The 3 hour is still overbought, even though we've been trending down. So I do expect this to just continue to just sort of just kind of bleed for a little while. I think it's going to take some time. We had a real quick move up, and usually when we have a quick move up, we have a slow move down. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here on Bitcoin right now. Mark, go ahead and hang tight. I'll get you an invite code, and I'll go ahead and throw it in here for the Discord for everybody to be able to join. But of course, we'd love to have you on the Discord. It doesn't cost anything to join the Discord server to be part of the community. So feel free to join. Of course, we do have perks for insured members, which include access to the indicators that I talk about all the time, access to a lot of modeling that we do. You can see a lot of information once you join the Discord. You can see a lot of information in our, in our announcements and in our getting started. I'm still donating all insured memberships to charity over the next, probably the next month. I've committed for 2 months to be donating all insured memberships to charity, so I'll be doing that as well. But wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy, stay healthy, and be waiting for that move down to the mid 6,000s. All right, guys, take care. Have fun.